Alright, what's up people, this is Conversation here, and yeah, this is a video I decided to make on a whim. And if you already can see right now from the screen, you know what I'm going to be talking about. And even though I'm not much of a Bleach fan myself, but I do enjoy Bleach a lot. I actually like talking about it. It's not like I'm an expert on it, but I love to go into the hype. I try to stick out the fan as well, but this, if what this is true, then this is just depressing as hell, and speaks to how pathetic the Western side of things is handling anime industry as a whole. So from a really trusted guy, James Hansen, and I don't know him well, but from what I've checked in on his channel, and I know I'm not a big channel myself, but it's worth checking out. He has a lot of really nice a lot of Bleach collect content, and so he should be reliable. And I don't think he's been proven wrong on it. Well, okay, so he's probably been wrong on some sorts, but for the most part, he should be quite reliable. And the least he has right now, basically, it says here goes from two sources, two unspecified sources. So, of course, just take it with a grain of salt. Although it is already confirmed by now that Bleach is probably going to be, done for Disney, already done by Disney Plus, which I'm going to get into this in a sec. Bleach will not be simulcast, which means it will not be cast worldwide on the same time it airs. So basically, the implication is that what you can take away from this is that, if for anyone who is not familiar, is that we will not get a subbed version of it right away, or a dubbed version. Well, a simul-dub is already tough enough, but we're not gonna get that right away. Now, what does that mean? It means it will likely fall into a similar situation with summertime rendering, where it takes a long fucking time because of how, not a long time. It's more like pirating, where you can only view the episodes via unofficial sites, via pirating, which is the only way people were able to know about summertime rendering in the first place, because Disney apparently doesn't know how to fucking advertise it. It's disgusting, honestly. If this is 100% confirmed, then this is absolutely trash. This is so fucking trash. And I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was hoping the influence from like Aniplex, Shueisha, Viz Media would do something about it, but apparently it might not be enough. Disney may have been too apparently, too flash. It's sad that these companies these big licensors apparently don't know how to fucking deal with anime in the right way. Now, as much as we talk shit about Crunchyroll, at least, and HDive, and maybe even HDive and Amazon, at least they have some leniency to where it's available much sooner. I mean, well, Crunchyroll, it's kind of like, yeah, you can pay, but at least you can get them out. You can get to them sooner. I mean, as long as you have a subscription of sorts. But even with Disney Plus, I still do not get why Disney would try to would try to mess with handling anime, thinking they can make some change. If you're not going to make it readily available to everyone, why are you picking this up? Why? At this point, it's better if nobody picks up Bleach and people I don't know, would we rather have Disney pick it up or not? I know Disney is supposedly better because it has a wider range of audience than even Crunchyroll and Netflix. But if you're gonna limit it in a way to where you don't get it until much later, it's just not gonna work. And apparently, Sometime Rendering has yet to be even released worldwide. It's being advertised, but pretty badly, of course, in some regions already, and like people miss out on. There's not enough people talking about it. Now, I don't like summertime running for a lot of reasons, but that's a totally different topic, and that's my sort of thing. I get people liking like for what it is, but the fact that a show like summertime running, even if the source material itself is not something I call mainstream, even if it's like niche or to a niche to say the least, to a degree, it was still by me. Like the fact that it was still serialized in that, even if not a lot of people were looking at it. I mean, at least from what I know, and and then it just gets that treatment like that. That's just trash. I mean, I was giving Disney a pass because, like, oh, sometimes it's just not that sort of series that would get it. But now Bleach, let's look at it here, man. We waited. Like, when was the last episode of Bleach in air? We waited effing over a decade, or maybe to be specific enough, like 10 years, 5 fucking months. And this is the treatment that it's gonna get? Really? This is the treatment that such a popular shonen, literally with one of the big three at the time, with Naruto and One Piece, and it gets treated like that? I don't really know the proper words to put together to describe how disappointing this was, provided if these were true, which I hope they're not, but they likely are. I mean, considering who was getting them, even the one himself who was presenting this, he hopes he's wrong too. I hope he's wrong too. I legitimately hope he's wrong too. Look at here. Like, and James Harrison, shout out to you, man. You make good content. Keep it on going. Anyways, but yeah, I hope he's wrong. We as true fans, we hope he's wrong, regardless of whether or not whether you like Bleach or don't like Bleach. You have to think. If you're a Ruby fan, like, you have to know what's happening with Bleach is fucking disgusting right now. And not even just that, the disappointment anime fans. What do you think? How would the author himself think, knowing that he was overlooking the whole thing regarding the production of the new season? How would the staff think? How would the directors think? How would I don't even think the committees are even controlling anything about it. They don't. They actually just don't. They only do that for the production. They don't know. They don't have control about who's going to broadcast, who's going to do broadcast and all of it. Now, I don't know about all these details regarding business and all, but I know this isn't what was being done with this right now. It was not a good decision, and it just goes to show how fucked the entertainment industry is right now. Not just anime, just in general. Like, I could go all off about how the rest of the entertainment industry is just so, like, fucked in every one way or another. You can try to defend that as much as you want. I'm just saying like the anime industry situation now. It's even if it's supposedly worse than what it is in the past decade. I cannot. That doesn't necessarily say anything in terms of the quality of the anime itself compared to back then. But it's not necessarily any better or worse. Like, everywhere else is, like, not necessarily any better or worse. And it correlates to Disney. Like, it's not Disney's problem isn't just with anime too. There are other titles where they just couldn't handle it well. And here's the thing. like like we as a family, we do have Disney Plus, but it came with a package deal. So it was kind of like, just like one of the default staple in. We can't actually like uninstall it or whatnot. It's just kind of the deal, and like it's just more like if we don't use it, like then it doesn't really matter to us. And we never use it for anime. We never fucking do. We only use it to watch it, or mostly the rest of my family does, because I don't really watch Western shows nowadays. At least most of the time. But we never use that shit for anime. We would just go for Netflix. I mean, for whatever they got available. And yeah, I know Netflix is kind of bad itself, but at least it actually has more anime options. And then there's also Crunchyroll. But Crunchyroll is like for me, I'm just buying. I don't ever fucking use those. And it just why? Just if Disney wants to wanting to jump on this for profits, I'm gonna hammer this home again and again. What's the point if you're going to limit how it's going to be available to everyone else? Like this makes no fucking sense from even just a business standpoint. I don't get it. I don't. It's just stupid. Even a toddler would know that this does not make sense. And it even makes it worse when there's like a advanced screening time for the first 2 episodes. I think it's like going to be September 11th that you're going to have the advanced screen the first 2 episodes, and they're also going to be limited. Yeah, we'll likely get them somehow, some way, but much later. Well, I actually don't think we will, but if we do, it'll probably be like, not so good quality and such. But this isn't good, man. And I'm just gonna say this right now. This is just not what the fans wanted. I'm just looking at Sakura now, and Bleach is already having quite an effect on Sakura. Like, look at this. Look at all these entries. Fucking 627 entries. And I know a good chunk of them are from movies and such. Let me just take a closer look at that. Okay, yeah, but even talking from movies, like there's still a lot to them. Let me just take a look at one of these, for example. During like even one of these fillers, like you can see, and I hope I don't get clapped by copyrights for this. Like you can literally see, like Bleach was like, even for its time, Bleach had pretty fucking good animation, especially during the fillers, and especially with how impactful the fights felt, even with the issues with some in the parts of the writings and all, like power scaling and all. Like we know that we've accepted that Bleach does have its issues, but it is probably for good reason. Like, and I really have to wonder how Taikubo would feel, knowing that his series is not going to be able to, that his series is not, and like even the staff, they're not going to be able to reach the very people, the properly to their fruits of labor are going to be. I don't know how they feel, knowing that the fruits of their labor are not going to probably reach the people that they want happy the most. Their fans, the ones that. This is the thing is, and like animators, they usually are underpaid as fuck. Even the ones that are not in Japan, they are still underpaid. I don't care. Don't give me any exceptions on that. I'm pretty sure Chinese animators still get paid peanuts, despite how they're supposedly paid living salaries over there. But they will persist because they want to, because there's a passion. They want to make people like, they know in their hearts they're making someone happy through their efforts. If if many of these people find out that their product is not is not reaching a wide enough audience because of something like this, you know how disheartening that would be. I'm not even just saying with. This is not even just with the bumbling of Disney right now. This is how would the animators feel? This is just gonna affect. This could have an indirect effect on the anime industry if this keeps going like this. Not just because like a Hollywood thing or whatnot, and pray to God that doesn't happen. But the animes make it. It will just contribute to discouraging of anime. Like, it's already tough enough, but to know that not enough will be able to see because of shit like this. How, like, I don't care if you could still see it, if everyone in Japan can still see it. Not everyone, anime isn't just within Japan anymore. Sure, anime will still be based on, the influences from Japanese culture to a degree. To a significant degree, if not completely. But if you're going to, if you're really going to limit it like this, then what's the point? What's the point? I don't get like whatever explanation I was given before, like why they would do this, still doesn't make any sense. In fact, it even makes it even sillier. Like why? Like, why do you really think just releasing it all at once after something airs? Do you really, I'm actually hearing that Disney is just going to release them in bunches, episodes in bunches like Netflix does. And I haven't seen a tweet yet for that. I haven't seen a tweet yet for that. That would have a semi-confirmation otherwise. But just the notion of that is just disgusting too, because that's what happened to Stone Ocean, and barely anyone talks about Stone Ocean anymore. Despite the fact that JoJo is such a renowned franchise, and just have Stone Ocean get the show, literally get shafted like that. I don't know, man. It's just this is not that was just a really just unforgivable thing to do from the next beside point. Now, I'm just taken aback by this. It's bad enough that I'm like looking at this, all these things about water shortage, World War I, and all. Yeah, I get it. But we're here talking about Bleach, one of the most popular fucking animes ever. Did I just say plural? Yeah, but that's how stressed I'm with this right now. And it gets treated like this? Really, Disney? Really, Disney? You should have stuck this. You should have stuck the fucking Mickey Mouse. All right. Why did you discard 2D animation for whatever the crap you're doing right now? Like, I don't care if your log has mature shows in it. I mean, your shit's still limited. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just I'm gonna be mean right now. Just fucking shut down right now. No one likes your shit. All right. You may be reaching a wider audience, but your log is trash. We only use it because we just happen to find fucking popular titles that are just randomly available, and we can just view it in and we can view it in HD. Like, just because it's just there, just like, oh, we'll just see what it has. Even though we could just go to Netflix, right? Or even some other service that we have, but yeah. I should convince. I'm really considering convincing the family to delete the fuck out of Disney Plus on our fucking TV right now. It's just I'm just besides myself, and I feel bad for everyone else, like especially those who have waited 10 fucking years, and some may not make it. Some Bleach fans did not make it. I've actually encountered someone on. I've actually seen someone's tweet, and like apparently the guy has I think he has a brain cancer or heart cancer of sorts, and like he's expressed how happy he was that Bleach is gonna get a continuing season to finish it all. but he's not gonna be able to see it there, and the fact that at least he just wishes well, like we try to wish him well, like even though that he doesn't have much longer. And if that guy finds out, I don't know if he's alive anymore or not, but if he finds out, but if him and other fans with that same way, like if they ever found out about something like this, you know how much that would be even more depressing. That was just this is pathetic. I do just fuck Disney Plus, man. This is something that should not. This is something even from a logical standpoint that should not be done. This is just how these companies they act out of their own self-interest. They don't care about anyone else. They don't care about fucking logic. They only care about we could just grab this and this and that. Like I don't get it. And again, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just reiterating what I fucking heard. Trying to get my own thoughts about it, whether it's a little more personal or not. And I'm just gonna say this is fucking shit. Just fuck you, Disney Plus. And fuck you for abandoning 2 and fuck you for abandoning, like, they actually are not. I actually don't even think they're really all about the Mickey Mouse thing anymore. I actually was curious enough and went through. I don't think I found a Disney like an entry anymore like readily right there that would just reminisce on when they used to be the good old Disney. They've moved past that for in a bad way. And I know they're trying to make it big or whatnot, and kind of capitalizing on and the fact that Netflix is doing worse right now, and they're just trying to buy other titles apparently to try to keep themselves afloat. This is just how business is kind of ugly. This is how the ugliness of business industry is in any industry, regardless. I don't even want to talk about anyone else, but I just want to focus on this. This should not have happened. I don't care. I don't care what the circumstances are anymore. Crunchyroll should have offered another fucking leg or two to pick up Bleach, in addition to Chainsaw Man, but they didn't. Is it too late to get it? I don't know. All we can just hope is that this whatever it was leaked here was not true. But it doesn't seem like there's anything that's going to disprove it at this point. I mean, Summertime Rendering, yeah, it's just one example, but there isn't anything else there to disprove, to say it won't. So yeah, this is how one of the most popular one of the most popular things in one of the most iconic names in anime, or even just in just the entertainment in general. Like even if you're not really into anime, you'll hear about something called Bleach, like along with Dragon Ball, Naruto, and all that, One Piece, and all that, because that's why they're big. And just hearing that the Bleach 1,000 Years with Blood arc is gonna get treated like this, and this is gonna be if it's gonna be released in a Netflix way, it's gonna be one funky release. If you're not up to date, so how many Bleach? So let's count how many number of Bleach canon episodes, and just calculate and just give an estimation of how many episodes needed there. Bleach has a total of 366 episodes, and which means there's 164 filler. And so, provided it, if we're gonna do a little bit of math, there's 202 canon episodes, and how about the there's a number of chapters. So So there's been Thousand Years Blood War arc is 206 chapters long. We're gonna do some subtraction from it. Is going to be around so what was adapted beforehand was about 480 chapters, I would say. I mean, I hope I'm kind of. I actually hope I'm right about not counting any side chapters of sorts, of course, but 400 chapters. So if you're gonna kind of try to do a little bit of rough math here, you know, I will just kind of do, you know, try to just do it here. So, you know, actually, I don't think we need a calculator for this. So if you're gonna kind of do this, there's like 400, so 400 like approximately. There's 200. There's like 200, and then there's 206 6 chapters, and then you have to consider like they're gonna add some stuff. You'd have to think there's at least going to be 100 episodes adapted to adapt things, and so we're getting at least a year worth of Bleach content in this fashion. And if they're gonna go to the Netflix route, that's gonna take a fucking long time. And it's already been indicated that Kubo is a bit behind schedule. I mean, but he wants to get the quality out right. And I do not know if that's a low-key reason why it ended up on Disney and why it might have a weird release. But it still would not make sense. Stone Ocean's quality did not improve. Was definitely like Stone Ocean's quality was still not good. It was not good. Well, at least to me, it was kind of short-ended compared to previous JoJo. You know, like JoJo series. I'm sorry, I'm kind of stumbling to say words, but so when you consider so it's not like it would correlate as well, like because like, oh, he's behind time, that's because that's why it still does not make sense. It could still be producing on the fly. What, like, if he's like, the fact that they're already in like this, that they're behind, like, it doesn't mean that it should be limited there. Like, it's still going to get broadcast and within Japan, but we're not gonna. But most of us outside, we're not gonna see it. This is, I really don't have. There's no excuse for this. There is none. They're like, if Disney wants an explanation for themselves, try it. But I doubt we're gonna get any good reasoning for this one. I would like, if they're willing to explain them, if they're willing to explain themselves, which I doubt they will, I would love to see what kind of fucking excuse they have, because this is fucking trash. I'm sorry, this is absolutely diabolical. This is evil. This is evil. This is, even Eisen be looking at this as just like, what the fuck? Even I wouldn't come up with shit like that. This is how you not. This and Disney and Netflix are the very examples of big companies not being able to handle anime. Like, they're correctly. Anime, because of the way it is and how the media is, and I pray it stays, whatever anime is, how the anime is right now, it stays that way for the most part, and not get suckered into the mainstream's preferences and such, like everyone else is, because of some moral idealistics that don't want to agree with Japan's cultural influence and such. I hope it stays that way, but I hope, and they have this opportunity to be able to utilize it for good profits, whatever the case may be. And they continue to fucking fumble that shit in the end zone. This is how, like, literally like fucking not even a minute. You only got one down left. You're in the end zone. A touch. You can't go for a field goal. Talking to football, like I'm referring to American football, by the way. You have the chance, and you literally have the most wide open fucking pass to your, thrown to you by a quarterback. You're the receiver. You're thrown to it. The receiver is Disney, and you're supposed to be this world class athlete. And you fumble that shit in the end. You fumble that shit in the end zone. When it was right in front of you, perfect pass. Nobody, even a high schooler should be able to catch it. You fumble that shit in the end zone. I could make another example. You literally, you can't do. All you need is a layup to win the game, but you have literally have a good amount of time. I guess 3 seconds. You have the most wide open. You have the most wide open lob pass from someone who is a great assist, knows how to pass. You've been practicing this in drills, and you're thrown that you everything is perfect. Your jump, the trajectory of the ball to your hands, and you airball the fucking lob. You literally just the order is like in soccer or like football, actual football. You are given a pass. You are given a pass. You're not offsides. You're literally in a perfect position, and the goalie cannot recover back. You have a wide open field goal. There's no way you can just easily just kick this butcher the kick. You literally have it's just literally right there. Just like a good old kick, a good old well aimed kick, and you win the game. Instead you smack it left wide left or wide right. That's what happened with Disney right now. This is they fumbled. They butchered the pass. They butchered the kick. they literally they were like in baseball. You literally have you're in a good position with bases loaded, and you just pop fly. This is not acceptable, guys. You can, and as much as I try to reframe or promote, reframe or convince people not to throw verbal disagreements, insults towards companies and such. In this case, I might reconsider that thought now, after what Disney has done, provided whatever has happened. And even if this is not true with with no simulcast and all, what they're doing is still bad. It's still limiting. It's still limited. And this is just garbage company, garbage procedures, garbage literally everything about this situation if it turns out official. And I don't like what I'm seeing right now with how anime like this is being held. And I just hope that it does not get worse. As much as I'm an anime fan here, because anime is literally pretty much the only entertainment medium right now that I can find myself enjoying more consistently. Even the trashy stuff I can have some level of entertainment with, to where I don't feel like it's a complete and utter waste of time. With the exception of some particularly bad ones, because I cannot find that sort of comfort with non-anime anymore because that's how the course has been prior to me getting into anime in the first place over a decade ago. So, and if this is going to be the way, if this is going to be the way anime is going to be handled in the future for big titles like this is troubling. There's no, I don't care about the whatever business, convoluted business explanations for this. This is simply not how you handle it. Again, and I'm no expert on how the schematics or what happens behind the scenes. Hell, I don't even think I don't even think even the animators themselves know everything. Even the animators themselves who tweet about it, even the vets themselves know everything behind the scenes regarding how business handled. I don't even think the studios themselves, the studios themselves know how the business will be handled. I'm pretty sure the ones over there at Imperial were shocked when would be shocked if they find out about this. I mean, provided they haven't found out to this point. I would probably think at this point the guys at OEM, the ones that are doing some term under, if they found out right now, I wouldn't be surprised if like in one way or form, even regardless if they tweet or not, like how would they express their disappointment in it, their disbelief or whatnot, depending on how popular it's how it's supposed to be. Well, Bleach, they're definitely going to be, and I think that's enough. And yeah, this is going to really, like, once it does get confirmed, this is just really going to open up a whole can of worms, and I don't think Disney is going to be able, and I don't think Disney is going to get away with this scot-free. Like, you can say like, oh, Disney won't care, they'll just keep on doing. No, like, yeah, they probably won't try to refuse to hear the fans out and all, because they just want to insist on doing that. But if they're gonna continue something like this, then at some point they're gonna be affected. They're like, well, they will try to persist, yeah, but yeah, I'll bet you that they are going to. They're going to get the shirts on. They're like, if we at least keep it vocal about why them picking up a title and just not letting it being available to everyone is just wrong. Like that. This is gonna. I hope it bites them in the ass. I hope it does. In one way or another, like maybe not immediately, but down the road it does. And I as much as I don't like to wish ill will against certain people or companies and such, well, actually I would, as companies, like, this is where I would just be like, can we just delete Disney Plus, please? Bleach deserves better, guys. Alright, Researching signing out, y'all. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, y'all. Have a great day.